I'm certainly not going to argue.
Moses is Moses.
Yeah.
For his own part. We cannot compare Moses to my dad.
I think he's a good kid. I've said in the past, I think he can be a champion, and I think just like I said with Jared Anderson, I think Jared and Moses are very, very both good fighters.
First time experience, this is the normal 16-year-old, 20-year-old, whatever. It's a real fighter from young, let alone now. So, good guy.
Boxing legends are buzzing about Moses Itauma's rise, with Tyson Fury boldly declaring that he is destined to become a future champion. Unlike others his age, Fury believes Moses stands out with incredible speed, sharp focus, and natural talent that set him apart. He described him as different from the rest, predicting that his skills and mindset will soon make him a global superstar and a dominant force in boxing's heavyweight division.
I think he's a good kid. I've said in the past, I think he can be a champion, and I think just like I said with Jared Anderson, I think Jared and Moses are very, very both good fighters. However, there's a lot of temptation. There's a lot of stuff outside of boxing that makes fighters not achieve what they should have done. And the same old story, if I would have, should have, could have. I didn't get involved with these people, and didn't go out and drink, and didn't get involved with this, that, and the other, then I would have, if I would have, should have, could have. That's why I can sit here today and say I always wanted to not be a would have, should have, could have guy. I am the guy who did everything good. And they're only starting off a career, so if they can turn the right path and away from all the idiots, away from the away from the drunken nights, away from all the pranks, then I believe both of them can go on in the wrong way.
When former world champion David Haye shared his views on a potential Moses Itauma versus Alexander Usyk matchup, he sparked excitement across the boxing world by suggesting that Itauma's youth, freshness, and energy could prove too much for the aging Usyk. At just 20 years old, Moses represents the future of heavyweight boxing, while Usyk, though still an elite champion, is nearing the twilight of his career. Haye emphasized that boxing often comes down to timing, and when a young lion rises as an older champion begins to fade, history is made.
We didn't get an opportunity to see it. I think it could. I think maybe Moses is just that good, and the same way Usyk was able to completely dominate before. There's just levels, and maybe his style and his skill and his power just doesn't gel with most of the other heavyweights. And I'll find it out from the first round.
I saw someone say yesterday it's either that Moses is really green for 50 years and Billion was kind of green for, which I think is fairly fair to say. But I almost look at it now from Moses Itauma. I know they're calling for the Alexander Usyk fight. That's something that we can go into, but there needs to be a heavyweight to give him some rounds, right?
Like who? Who that comes to win? To give a maybe a Cyril Miller?
I thought of Philip Hergovich.
That if you really want to see what he can mix up with a guy who with proven chin, and his whole sole purpose is to get some rounds under his belt.
Usyk has already cemented his place in history with victories over Anthony Joshua and others. Yet David Haye argued that the speed, explosiveness, and aggression of Moses Itauma could create problems Usyk may not be able to solve at this stage. While Usyk thrives on technical brilliance and movement, Haye believed the raw power and youthful stamina of Itauma would eventually overwhelm him. For Haye, it is not about disrespecting Usyk's greatness, but about acknowledging the natural passing of the torch that boxing has seen countless times before, and if such a fight were to take place, he confidently leans toward Moses as a man to announce himself on the grandest stage.
This is a 20-year-old with incredible hype around him, the sparring stories, the way he's been knocking out people so far in the professional game. Remember when you were coming through, there was so much hype. Even David Price had a lot of hype, obviously Anthony Joshua, but all you guys found that stumbling block at one point with Joshua with Ruiz, Carl Thompson. So obviously Daniel Dubois had it with Joe Joyce as well. Do you think Dillian White still has enough to be that stumbling block for Moses Itauma or not?
100%. 100% Dillian White. If he paid the price in training, if he's taken it seriously, which by all accounts he has, he doesn't want to be going out getting knocked out by a 21-year-old novice. That's not on the script for him. He's not believing that. He's been there seen it, done it. He's mixed it with the best in sparring and in championship fights. Well, he fought the very, very best. He always given a good account of himself. And he has the ability to win this fight because he's so experienced. Does he still have that magic? I haven't seen it in his last two fights. But physically, he looks in a different place to those last two fights. And, when people start taking their eye off it and start judging him on his worst performances, you can miscalculate. But if you looked at, before I fought Carl Thompson, if you looked at his last prior fight going into that, he was in all sorts of trouble. He was barely winning those fights against guys I believe I could beat easy. So in my mind, it's a stepping stone. I'm on the up, he's on the down. Exactly the same situation with Itauma and Dillian Whyte. Everyone says, yeah, Dillian Whyte, if this fight was 5 years ago, the fight wouldn't happen, but it's happening now. Dillian's thinking, everyone's written me off, I'm getting a crazy payday, I'm out in Riyadh with a lot of fighter guys who've had 12 fights. Like, against a very low level compared to Dillian. So he's going to be swimming in water, uncharted territory, uncharted waters. He's going to be doing something he hasn't done yet under the lights. He may have done sparring, probably has, but sparring and competition, those little 10-ounce gloves, takes one mistake and you're sitting on the seat of your pants. And he hasn't been in that situation yet. We don't know what his punch resistance is like because he's so skillful. He's not given his opponent a chance to test his chin.
Lawrence Okolie, himself a respected fighter and world champion, was full of praise for Moses Itauma after watching his performances, highlighting his maturity, strength, and composure despite being just 20 years old. While most fighters at that age are still finding their rhythm and adjusting to the professional ranks, Moses has been making waves with a kind of dominance that even seasoned veterans often struggle to show. Okolie's words reflect what many in boxing have started to realize. Itauma is ahead of his time. His ability to impose himself physically while still maintaining speed and agility has left fans and analysts stunned, with Okolie noting that nobody expected a fighter this young to perform at such a high level so early in his career.
Very, very sharp. Very, very explosive. I thought we would get them out of there. As the week went on, seeing the shape of Dylan, hearing everyone talking, but it is what it is. The thing is if you haven't sparred him or whatever else, you get a first-hand experience. Like, wow, this isn't the normal 16-year-old, 20-year-old, whatever else. It's a real fighter from young, let alone now. So, good guy.
Could you please share the full paragraph you'd like me to correct and rewrite? Right now, I only see the beginning. Asterisk renowned trainer and boxing commentator. Asterisk.